There is expansive proof of men's hesitance to look for help for emotional wellness issues. Studies support the by and large held suspicion that men are more outlandish than ladies to get help from psychological wellness experts for issues. A group of experimental exploration has investigated explanations behind help-chasing choices, just as administration used conduct among men with depression. Exploration frequently proposes that men's assistance looking for conduct in regards to depression is ascribed to conventional manly standards. For example, being solid, effective, confident, in charge, and able, alongside an accentuation on keeping away from feelings. In accordance with this, having depression is depicted as being inconsistent with customary masculinity because of the way that enthusiastic encounters in depression are connected to womanliness. Depression is frequently joined by sensations of weakness and absence of control. And the experience of depression regularly leaves individuals feeling powerless and helpless. Consequences of an efficient audit of subjective examinations on men's perspectives on depression affirmed the effect of standards concerning manly jobs on men's mentalities toward depression and help chasing. Getting backing or looking for help was related with the danger of being mocked or minimized, just as being viewed as unmanly by others. Further investigations of a precise audit allude to the unfavorable impacts of male job assumptions and prevailing burdens to perform well as family suppliers and fathers with ramifications for help-chasing conduct. Depression was every now and again saw as a danger to men's jobs as family supplier, and numerous members revealed sensations of deficiency and ineptitude contrasted with their circumstance before depression. Contrasted with other serious diseases, depression was depicted as a specific test to masculinity and experienced as otherness, either concerning different men or contrasted with the individual they used to be for. Fathers with psychological wellness issues experience hospitalization and prescription as a disturbance to their daily routines and the existences of their relatives and kept them from being there for their accomplices. A meta-insightful survey on impacts of fatherly depression on fathers' nurturing practices upholds this presumption. Studies show that fatherly depression has huge, however little, consequences for nurturing, with discouraged dads exhibiting diminished positive and expanded negative nurturing practices, that is, parental commitment, as opposed to the unfavorable impacts of family-child assumptions. Research featured the strong capacity of the family during assistance limit for measure. Notwithstanding the effect of assumptions about male jobs on help-chasing conduct, studies uncovered positive just as regrettable encounters of emotional wellness administration used among men with depression. A new subjective investigation alluded to clashes that men experienced according to Energizer use. From one viewpoint, prescription was seen as a manner by which men stated their power over challenges. Then again, antidepressants were viewed as a hindrance to enthusiastic and actual imperativeness, for instance by subverting sexual capacity. Further discoveries alluded to the job of general professional GPS with regards to treating men's depression. In spite of the fact that reviews brought up that men were more than once observed to be half as prone to look for help for psychological well-being worries from a GP contrasted with ladies, others underline GPS capacity as a pathway to emotional wellness administrations. Further examinations uncovered ways men convey their depression inside, in, and outpatient administrations. While conversations about depression with medical care suppliers were depicted as abnormal for men, studies investigated whether a difference in setting further developed amends to therapy for normal mental problems with regards to emotional well-being administrations. The examination tracked down that a higher extent of men with psychological wellness issues look for help by means of psychotherapeutic conference in the working environment, contrasted with standard psychosomatic outpatient care. Despite the fact that customary manly standards assume a significant part in supporting men's hesitance to look for help, subjective examinations showed that a few men appear to profit from simply similar standards by seeing these goals as a solid asset. While a few men related depression with frailty and absence of control, others depicted the recuperation as a great battle from which they arose a lot more grounded. Moreover, there is some proof that men don't really buy into customary standards yet exhibit elective types of masculinity. These investigations propose that a few men separated themselves from customary manly standards by underlining their effectability in adapting to and using in outpatient benefits because of burdensome indications. In spite of a rising proof for the variety of men's encounters of help chasing and administration use, many investigations give a one-dimensional comprehension of psychological well-being conduct among men with depression. including decreased assistance use. Past this, there is an absence of information on how men's particular necessities and instances of depression are tended to by emotional well-being administrations. Also, the effect of standards concerning conventional manly jobs for men with depression who have effectively used emotional well-being administrations is little. Past examinations on emotional well-being experts' view about the effect of male sex for the treatment of men with depression stress the need to foster sex-delicate administrations. From one viewpoint, results allude to the need of attention to the job of sex, and that its suggestions for emotional wellness treatment ought to be a necessary piece of psychological well-being expert schooling and the regular act of psychological wellness treatment. Then again, more proof is expected to foster psychological wellness administrations dependent on the encounters of men with depression. This examination consequently means to investigate encounters and perspectives toward depression, help chasing, and administration used among men with depression who have as of now used emotional wellness administrations to foster sex-delicate administrations. In spite of the force of customary manly standards as a deterrent to looking for help, our discoveries demonstrate a difference in mentalities toward administration used during the members' recuperation measures. Our subjective examination pinpointed a basic position toward manly standards, just as a salutogenic viewpoint on burdensome disease, and administration used encounters among interviewees subsequent to looking for help. As opposed to the supposition that mental health use negates masculinity, our outcomes show that depression and administration use were reflectively seen as an asset to help with changing destructive perspectives. For example, toward disguised maladaptive work designs. This is in accordance with late efficient audits of studies on the job of masculinity in men's emotional well-being administration use. Subjective investigations have likewise investigated the qualities of inspirational perspectives during and after the psychological assistance looking for measure. Exploration has discovered that men created positive adapting procedures in the wake of using psychological well-being administrations by acquiring a more prominent individual mindfulness during the recuperation interaction. These procedures gave another viewpoint on their circumstance, and they quit making progress on flawlessness in work and life. Caused by the speculation of a change in perspectives toward maladaptive work designs among men with depression. Our discoveries could likewise be talked about in the light of changing mentalities toward work in everybody. Consequences of an examination about work esteems across ages proposes that laborers from the age of conservatives put more significance on status and independence than people born after 4WM or Generation X specialists.